I've been reading the comments.
And?
I got bad news, guys.
What'd you come up with?
These people want me to shut the and I'm gonna work on it.
Is that what they said?
They said that
Did your boss tell you shut up?
He tells me with his eyes on a regular basis.
Oh, all right.
Last week he played a little clip for me. Pass the ball. That was for me. I didn't realize it until I rewatched. I thought it was for everybody. It was for me.
Now, let's talk about one of the quiet reasons the Joe Budden podcast is where it's at right now. She's locked in on the audience feedback, but hold up, not bitterly or defensively. And no, before anyone twists it, I'm not saying that with shade or a negative tone at all. If anything, I respect that she's actually listening to the critiques coming from a lot of viewers. Not everybody, but enough people saying the same thing. She talks too much. You can tell she's finally starting to understand what Joe has been trying to steer her away from for a minute now. At some point, it clicked that the message was meant for her. And yeah, she definitely read those comments. So salute to her for even attempting to grow and improve while sitting in a seat she knows could change her entire life. And I'm not here to cape for Joe like he deserves all the praise in the world, but let's be real for a second. This is one of the biggest platforms in urban media, period, and she's one of the main voices on it, openly admitting one of her flaws. A lot of people on that couch could take notes from that level of self-awareness. Which makes it wild that Ice is over here talking about launching a Patreon when he's also the loudest one saying he doesn't care what the audience thinks or says, even though Patreon literally lives and dies based on audience support. And let me be clear, nobody is saying anything to ruin the product or make it worse. Now, I did appreciate that they also made sure to tell her the other side, like, yo, we actually rock with you. The audience really does like him. We're just pointing out a few patterns. But here's the real question. Are they going to listen when she starts pointing out what they do wrong? Because she's already listed like 10 or 15 things, and we dragged Melissa for being labeled a so-called Karen for pointing out the same 10 to 15 issues Mona has mentioned. So yeah, I can't lie. I find it strange and funny at the same time that they're basically dogpiling Mona for reading comments and adjusting her behavior because of them, while simultaneously agreeing with the comments themselves. And it gets even crazier when you realize they use us to shift the dynamics on the show. If you peeped it, when she went to cut Ice off like usual, he suddenly found his voice and said, "Let me finish, I'm still talking." They'd been cutting her off and talking over her for a while now. So instead of continuing to clash with them and looking like she doesn't fit chemistry-wise, she's clearly doing her part. But the big question is, are they going to do theirs? Are they going to acknowledge that she's changing or make an effort to meet her halfway? Because let's not play dumb. Mark and Mona don't rock with each other like that. And Mark is going to take every clean shot he can get when the opportunity presents itself. And tell me this doesn't sound ironic. They tell her, "You're talking too much right now," while they're actively talking over her. Like what? And then everybody keeps circling back to the Joe and Mark dynamic. Honestly, the only thing replaying in my head is that moment Joe told Mark people were saying he's trying to take over the show. From that point on, everything shifted, and you can feel it. Like, damn. I hate how they swear they don't listen to us, yet somehow still move differently based on what we say. If they're going to lean into narratives just to keep us engaged and constantly talking about the Joe Budden podcast, that's one thing, but it's different when you can literally see it changing how people are treated on the pod. So now, in my mind, because she admitted, okay, maybe I do talk too much and I'm going to adjust, I already see where this is heading. They're about to treat her the same way they treated Mel, and honestly, I'm already watching it happen in real time. And because she's not the type to just sit quietly and absorb it the way Mel did, listen to this, another blow-up is coming. She's going to point out very plainly that yeah, she's making changes, but y'all are still doing the same stuff, like somehow they're flawless and above critique, when that's clearly not the case. There's a reason Mona keeps reminding them that Joe doesn't need them the way they think he does. She tells Joe this kind of stuff all the time. So sadly, I already see another round of tension brewing, and it's all rooted in her simply being honest about herself. Now, on the other side of this, oh yeah, as much as I run my mouth, you'd think people would stop pulling me aside and giving me info, but nope, I was fed a lot of details about where this podcast is headed. And let me say this part clearly so nobody gets jammed up. Nobody should be in trouble for me saying this. Listen closely. This new tier they're planning isn't going to be your regular run-of-the-mill tier. And I remember saying a while back, damn, Joe's eyes lit up when he realized Candace Owens was charging either $150 or $75 for her Patreon. His eyes absolutely lit up. Now, from what I was told, the price point for this upcoming tier, and I do believe there are 2 new tiers coming, but this premium one slated for next year, I expect it to start at $300 and go up from there.
And the best way I can explain what this tier will be is like this. It's going to blend streaming elements with financial style content in a way. And once you start thinking about who might be involved and the type of information that could be shared and the overall direction they're trying to move the business in, it starts to make sense. When you connect all those dots, you can pretty much see what kind of premium product they're aiming to roll out. Now, as for this new show, it's definitely going to live under that second tier they're building. But honestly, I can't say much more without stepping on landmines. Just know this, there are people behind the scenes who know way more about the Joe Budden podcast than the people sitting on the actual couch, if you catch my drift. So yeah, I'm expecting some major moves next year. But the real question is, will everyone want to go in that direction? Will everyone even understand the vision? Or will some people reject it outright? Time will tell, but the ones who get it will get it, and they'll subscribe, and they'll end up receiving information they never had access to before. And just to be clear, this isn't me selling or promoting anything. This is simply what was shared with me, and I'm giving y'all what I can without putting anyone in a bad position. So salute to Mona for actually looking at the audience and deciding to adjust. I truly hope my speculation is way off, but the longer you watch people, the easier it becomes to predict their moves before situations even pop off. And I won't lie, I see something coming down the line. But y'all let me know how you feel in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you already subscribed, then you know exactly how we rock over here. On the low note, I just dropped about a 20-minute video on Patreon, so go tap in with that. It's a semi-event, but mostly a breakdown of Joe's earlier rant when he was congratulating Charlemagne on that $200 million contract extension. I appreciate every bit of the support. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.